This is Too Stubborn to Quit, a podcast that offers stories of resilience, reinvention, and the moments in life that force us to keep going. Each week we explore real people, real setbacks, and the stubborn determination it takes to move forward when life doesn't go according to plan. And if life has ever knocked you sideways and quitting wasn't an option, you're in the right place, because that proves that we're all too stubborn to quit. Hello, Miss Linda. How are you tonight?
I'm great, Miss Pam. How are you? How was your day?
Spectacular. Always a good day. It's always good to be upright and rolling.
It's a great day in paradise.
It is. And you know, it's supposed to snow this weekend. For all of you listening, no matter where you're listening, we live on the East Coast. Linda's in Virginia. I'm in Pennsylvania. A couple days ago, Linda was supposed to get a whole bunch of snow. Now I think it's been pushed to like freezing rain or something. And
we're supposed to get ice.
Yeah, that's
we're
it.
Supposed to get ice.
Ice, baby. Let's hope you only get
not the kind of ice I want.
Yeah. Let's hope that we. Never mind. I'm not going to say it.
Nope. Yeah, don't.
Nope, don't. Anyway,
let's not jump into the fire right away.
Yeah, right away. Anyway, and we're supposed to, here in beautiful heartland of the middle of PA, 12 to 18 inches, they're telling me. So that's exciting. 18 inches of snow. Actually, I was just saying over the weekend, I probably jinxed the entire East Coast. I said over the weekend, man, we really need a big snow because, you know, we haven't had a big snow in such a long time. And if we had a big snow, the spring flowers would be so much nicer. It's 100% my fault. I fear that it could be my fault.
Oh, it is so your fault. Okay.
Yeah, well, you know, groundhog ain't here yet. So, yep, my fault. My fault.
Hey, remember how we used to say how we take care of that?
I know, I remember. But you know, you have good news for us tonight. Tell us about our new. Wait, I just gotta set this up a little bit. You know, a podcast or a YouTube channel or all that stuff is not real until they have merch. And guess what, everybody? We have merch. Go for it, Lynn.
All right. So for right now, what I think what we've been just doing is some of the sayings that we have come up with through our podcast. And a lot of them have come from the people who have our guest, actually.
Yeah.
We managed to get we got some new mugs in. I don't know how well you can see that.
Not very good.
You are stronger than you know. You are stronger than you know. This is great. These are motivational with the hashtag too stubborn to quit. We have
That's us.
Now the younger women really like this. My daughter loves this one. Can you see that at all?
Not really. I'm sorry. Maybe a little bit there. Yeah.
All right. Well, it's a stand up and stand tall. This is our hero collection.
Cool.
Anyhow, if you go to our site, toostubborntoquit.printify.me, we have t-shirts, we have sweatshirts, we have totes, bags, and coffee mugs. And we have different types of mugs. We also have the drink.
Yeah, like the travel mugs. Yeah.
That's what they're called, travel mugs.
Yeah, travel mugs for when you travel.
Having a stilted moment there. Yeah,
that's okay.
So anyhow, different designs, different things.
And you're going to be putting
our merch.
You're going to be putting more designs up every week, right? You're going to put up new designs.
I am. I try to put up at least one new design a week.
There you go. So check that out, everybody.
These are all our designs. Yeah, these are our designs. So
cool. So toostubborntoquit.printify.me. So check that out. I don't even know what to tell you anything else other than that,
you can find us on, you can find some of the designs on Pinterest also.
Yeah.
Too Stubborn to Quit on Pinterest.
There you go. Yep. Pinterest, and we now
Yeah.
have a Facebook
All
page
right.
too, right? We have a Facebook page. You
We
can find us on
did. Did
Facebook.
forget about that. I did. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
How could I
The
forget
old
about that?
the old FB. Facebook, Too
Yeah,
Stubborn to
that was
Quit. Check us out.
yeah.
Leave us a message. Hey, and here's another thing. Get this out early. If anybody would like to come onto the show, if you have a story of reinvention or resilience, or if you suffered through something pretty hard and you think that other people could learn from you, we would love to talk to you. Doesn't matter. It can be happy, it can be sad, it can be whatever you want it to be, but we would love, 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 love to have you on the show. In a couple weeks, we are going to have a couple other guests. We have a lady who is going to come on and talk to us about the Alice population. What is the Alice population? Well, I'll tell you. The Alice population is the people who are full-time working, full-time paying bills, but in the middle they're having a heck of a time buying food and clothing and taking care of everyday essentials. That's the Alice population. They're not quitting. They are very stubborn. They will not often ask for help, but the Alice population is very, very real. So we have a lady that's going to come on in a couple weeks and talk about that. We have a couple other guests that haven't confirmed yet, so I hate to say who they are at this point, but we will tell you as that comes up. So anyway, so those are the good news things for the night. And that's pretty exciting. Facebook page, Printify page, Pinterest page, and we have a couple guests. And again, if you are listening to this and you'd like to be on the show, drop us a line. Our email address is 2s2qshow at gmail.com.
2.
Yeah, the number 2.
The number 2.
Yeah, okay. There we go. All right,
breath.
cool. Anyway, so reach out to us on Facebook or on our in our Gmail account, and we'll be happy to get you on the show. Alrighty, moving on. Let's see. That's that. We can put a check mark there. A couple other things. So I've been thinking about this all day because, the weather is going to happen, whether I want it to or not, even though it's my fault. And I've been thinking about this all day. And, they tell us to stay home when it's ugly outside. If there's a foot of snow and whatever, stay off the roads, stay at home, do. Well, not everyone can do that, and for that reason, those people who are out there fighting the storm when everyone else is sitting at home looking out the window saying, "Oh, look at the pretty snow." Those other people are out there going, "I really hate winter." So for that, I think we need to talk about those people. Those people would be like the guys and girls, the people who keep our lights turned on, because it's supposed to be a massive ice storm. There's going to be massive power outages. There's 200 million people under winter weather warnings right now, and if you listen to this tomorrow, it might even be more, and I keep saying that. It's
Yeah.
Anyway, for that, I think that we really need to give a shout out to the electrical workers, the plow truck drivers, the tow truck drivers, the hospital workers, the first responders. Without them, even in bad weather, they don't get to stay home. So, what do you think about that, Linda? Do you have an opinion?
I don't know whether you remember this. Well, yeah, I do. Do you remember years? It's been a long time. I mean, we are kind of old
Hey,
now. But there was a
hey.
day that I worked. I worked the evening shift at the
Oh,
electric
I
company
do
there in
remember.
Huntington.
I do remember
Do
that.
you remember
Yes.
that?
I do. I
Okay.
do.
Yeah, so do I. I almost completely forgot about that. And it was like ding ding,
Yeah.
light bulb went on. So it turns out that what year was that? What year was that we had the just raging storms every
We were
friggin'
just
time we turned around?
every Wednesday. Remember that? It snowed every stinking Wednesday. It was
And
like,
it was so much snow. Oh my
I want to
God.
say it was 94.
Yeah.
94 or 97. It was one of them. Might have been 97. There was a lot
One
of
of those
snow.
years. It was dreadful. It was. It was. So I worked at the electric company at night, and I remember walking in, and Huntington was having an ice storm that particular. I skied my way into work. I had to be there at like 8 o'clock at night, and I got in the door. The guy that was on before me, he was checking out, and the phone went bing, 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 bing. And before I could even get to the desk, the other line went bing, 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 bing. And I'm like, oh, shit. It was just game on from there. I think that between 8 o'clock and 11 o'clock, we ended up taking something like 10,000 calls.
Oh my God.
And the manager, it was so bad. I remember this. It was so bad we had to go out to get a line out. So we had to go out of the electric company to get a line out to get a hold of the manager that ran the company at that, that ran the business at that there in Huntington. And she was like, why didn't you get a hold of us? I was like, yeah, when? It was just I just remember that was just dreadful. And at like 10 o'clock, she come rolling in the door, like, we got this. And I'm like, I'm glad you do. Cause it was, people were yelling at us. It was just,
and I think that's
they had every clue that they could.
I think that's something that we probably need to point out here is that, people call the electric company to complain because their lights are off. Okay. People call the plow people to complain because their road is got snow on it. Well, it's snowing. They call the tow truck guy because they're stuck in that snow off to the side of the road, but the tow truck guy can't get there because there's too much snow. It's a vicious cycle. And people are complaining all the time. And I think that what I kind of wanted to do
more than a complain.
Well, yeah. Well, and I get it. Like if you got somebody that needs to have electricity to breathe, that's a concern. That makes you scared.
That's important.
And when you're used to having lights and suddenly they go away, you get a little frightened. I mean, whether you want to be or not, it's just something that's unusual. You're not used to being in the dark anymore. We're not. None of us. We're not used to being in the dark. We depend on these lights. Depend on them. Here we are.
Let's just take it.
Go ahead.
No,
I was done.
Let's just take that for a moment. Okay, well, let's take that for a moment, and let's talk about what people should have on hand.
Yeah.
If you do lose your electric, let's delve into what do you need to be doing to protect yourself. We depend on everybody else, but when do you stand up for yourself and say, listen, this is my responsibility, and there are certain things that I need to do to ease somebody else's burden just a little bit, i.e., I know that electric storm, that ice storm, that back then, that took them 2 weeks to get everybody online. That's how many people were down. Yeah. So if you think about this, if you have that much ice and your electric goes down, how long could your electric be out? Are you in a situation where you might need to go to a hotel? That is, if the hotel has electric. But what do you have around your house? Do you have generators? What do you have that you can power some of your stuff? You're not going to be able to power your whole house.
No.
But do you have something that you can power?
The refrigerator.
Say again?
Yeah, power your refrigerator.
Yeah, your refrigerator or your freezer.
Right. And maybe that's something that we, right now. So we're recording this on Thursday. The storm isn't supposed to hit until Saturday night. So you'll hear it tomorrow on Friday. You're going to hear this on Friday. So maybe you start thinking about this. go get the extra. We always laugh here in Pennsylvania. Oh my God, it's going to snow. Go buy your bread, milk, and toilet paper. But you know what? Maybe you need some bread, milk, and toilet paper. All right. You also need a way to cook food if your power is going to go out. My suggestion is so thing one, never ever put a grill or propane grill inside your house. Don't do that. Leave it outside. It has to
And
stay
don't put your
outside.
generator in your house either.
Oh my God, no.
Yeah, don't put
No,
your generator in your house. Dear God, no.
no. Don't
Okay,
put it
but
in
you
your
may, if you
garage.
have one, put it outside.
Outside the house.
Run your cords from the outside in.
Yep.
And I've got another one for people. You know, how do you flush your toilet? Before the storm starts, fill your tubs. Get a bucket and fill your tubs. I told my daughter this. She lives in Reston, Virginia, and in one of those high rises. And it's like, you know, what do you need to do? And I told her, I said, you have a huge tub. Fill your tub.
Yep.
Because when your electric goes out, you can't flush your toilet but once.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Well, I'm not sure though. I mean, that's not probably true for everybody because some people have gravity fed water like here in the city. I think we'll still have water, you know, but if you have a well, that's absolutely 100% true. So I don't know. But that's a good
If
thing.
your electric goes out, no, yeah, if your electric goes out, doesn't matter where your electric goes out, it's they don't have, you can't run the water. It's an electric pump that pumps it, whether it's one of the big high rises or whether it's like us. I mean, we're on a well here, but it takes a pump to get it from the well into our house. So we fill it. We fill our tubs. We have 2 tubs. We fill them both. We just put a bucket out, and then you can. Obviously, at that point, it's a gravity fed thing, but at least then we can flush toilets.
Sure. How do you stay warm?
You know, and like you said, cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
blankets. Do you have blankets? Lots of blankets. If you have electric blankets,
You're screwed.
now, you know, we kind of cheat because we have those battery, and the only reason why we know this is because we have to do this when we're in the vans, okay? And we go out in the wintertime, we're in the van, and if they shut the roads down, we're in the van. But we have that big battery pack that I showed you back
Yeah.
a couple of seasons shows ago, and those we can plug into that battery pack. And they'll run on that battery pack will run an electric blanket for at least a full day. And that battery pack we can actually charge by solar.
Well, that's cool.
And if we're desperate, we can also take it out and plug it into a vehicle and charge it by the engine in our vehicle.
So
But anyhow, not everybody has those.
and a couple other things. Fill your car with gas now, because if the power does go out, the gas pumps aren't going to work. Go to the bank, get some cash out because your ATM won't work either. So get some cash in case you do need something and you have to buy something. So fill up your car with gas, get some cash, buy bottled water. Go get bottled water, couple, 2, 3 cases or gallons.
Yep.
They say that a family of 4 will go through 3 or 4 gallons a day with everything that they do. So make sure you're buying enough gallons of water. As far as driving, you want to check your tires for inflation. I know it seems kind of silly during snowstorm, but you probably want to check that. Make sure you have an emergency kit in your car, a small snow shovel, extra blankets, hats, gloves.
Blankets. Yep.
Food, snacks. Yep. Food.
Energy bars. Yes. Energy bars.
And that water, that bottled water. And I actually read about this one time. If you have a little small candle, like a small candle, all right? And
the teacups. Yeah.
Yeah, if you have that little small candle in your car, you won't freeze to death with that little tiny candle. Now, granted, you need to have a way to light it. So, a lighter, matches, stuff like that. All of that is good for in your car. And as far as at home, like I said, go buy that water now. Your bread, your milk. I mean, as far as plugging in the freezer, it's cold outside. You can take stuff outside and put it in coolers, like camping coolers, water coolers, that kind of stuff. Yeah, just get ready. Get ready, because here it comes. And we're going to talk about this, and then it won't show up. That's okay too. That's okay too.
Yeah, well then that'll just take the mojo, the bad mojo off of you. You're good.
Yeah, that's all right.
Wiped clean.
It'll be okay. But so back to the people that have to work while we are sitting at home saying, "Oh, look how pretty the snow is." Give them a break. That's all I'm saying. Just try to give these poor people a break. You got your electric guys that are. I mean, it is a dangerous job being an electric lineman person. It's dangerous playing with electricity in the middle of a snowstorm. Give the plow truck drivers a break. They have a really hard job. You think about it. We're sending everybody else home, and we're sending those guys out in the worst of it to keep the roads clear. And sometimes, snow is happening everywhere. But if you are one guy and you've got a 10-mile road, you can only be at one point at any given point on that 10-mile road, right? So just,
Really?
well, I know it's hard to comprehend, but it's a true story. So yeah, just give them a break. Give these guys a break, because they're doing their bestest to make stuff happen for us.
It's not just them.
You're right.
It's all essential personnel.
Correct.
It's all essential nurses that have to get into work. That I don't know about you, but I'm over the nasty, nasty, nasty weather. I did a Wyoming 2 years ago, and my van was being blown sideways, and I swore after that one I was done. I'm done.
I'm pretty done too, but it is what it is.
That one did me in. But
yeah,
I mean, there are people that have to brave this snow. They have to brave this weather, because it's their job. It's not just their job though, but yes, it's their chosen profession. But if you happen to have an accident, and that nurse has to, get to work so that she can take care of you, and if you're not supposed to be on the road, don't be a dumbass. Get off the road.
Stay home. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The funny thing is, living in Pennsylvania, you get used to doing the driving, and I live in Virginia now. And I'm sorry, but they do not know how to drive down here at all.
That doesn't surprise me.
And the funny thing is, we used to go to school. We had 2 feet of snow, and where were we? On our way to school. Bus drivers could handle anything in the snow. Down here, if they see a flake of snow, school is canceled. I mean, stone cold canceled.
I don't think really, the kids have had a snow day all year. It's been kind of crazy. I can remember. So we were saying about I think it was 1993, where we had the 3.5 feet of snow or something. And I had 3 weddings to decorate that day. 3. It was a Saturday. And it just didn't quit snowing. I mean, it just snowed and snowed and snowed and snowed and snowed and snowed. And luckily, the one was just right across the street, the one wedding. The other 2 were out of town. What a mess. And I can remember I got back to the store 10 minutes before they shut down the road and said nobody's allowed on the road anymore. I have no idea how these people had the weddings. No clue, but they did. So I don't know. I guess they got married. Doesn't matter to me. I got paid. But, it's just one of these things that, well, I mean, it was 1990, 30 years ago. But yeah, it was a heck of a day, and that was the day that, oh my God, there was so much snow. That's all I can say. I think
Yeah.
John was just talking
Yep.
about it, that he was out there feverishly trying to shovel out his car. And I yelled out the window and said, or out the door and said, "Why are you shoveling?" "Well, because I got to get out." I said, "Where are you going to go? The roads are all shut.
To go when? Yeah, where are you going?
The
Where are
governor
you
has shut
going?
down the state. you, you can't go anywhere, dude." He shrugged, grumbled, and came back in
Yeah,
the
but there was
house.
a day that that was a challenge. Yeah, there was a day that that would be a real challenge for us, though. Hey, let's go up and see. Let's go up and see grandma and grandpap, and it's like really, because there's like 2 feet of snow out there. But yeah,
Buddy,
we put yeah we
I
put
used
snow in the back of the truck and off we went.
I used to love, love,
You
love
don't
to
do that
drive in
now.
the snow. Loved it. Thought it was the greatest thing ever.
Yeah,
Oh, this is a
yeah,
hoot. I'm an idiot.
yeah,
That's not so much
yeah.
anymore. I don't care for. Okay, I'll back up. Am I afraid to drive in the
Nope.
snow? Absolutely not. Do I prefer it? Not anymore. And just to give you a point in fact, I left work yesterday at 3:30. It takes me roughly 35 minutes to get home from where I work. There was snow in the air. I mean it, snow in the air. Was it on the road? No. Was the road clear? Yes. Was it chilly outside? Yes. It was 30 degrees. So, yeah, there was potential for freezing, but it was wet. It was just wet. The guys, the plow guys did a great job. My road was clear the whole way to Huntington. Here's the problem. About 4 car lengths in front of me, that person was very, very, very afraid to drive with snow in the air. And we went from Hollidaysburg to Huntington at roughly 35 miles an hour the entire time. The one place that I could pass that person, they, of course, put their foot on the gas and flew up that mountain.
They sped up. They sped up. Do you think that that's a mental thing? I
I
mean, not
don't
mental as
know.
in, you got an
Yeah.
issue, but do you think
I
it's
think that
like,
person had an
you know,
issue. I wanted to pull them over and say, "Can I drive you home, please? Because you're really starting to piss me off. I need you to stop.
can I drive your car?
Just get out of my way, okay? Just get out of my way." I can remember a bunch, it's probably been 6, 7 years ago. 6, 7, sorry. Anyway, 6, 7 years ago, I was at work and it was snowing to beat hell. And I went over about 2 o'clock to my boss and I said, "I'm not staying here till 4:30 when it's going to get dark. I'm going to leave." Okay. So I put my slip in and I took off. Okay. I get down to, so I get up over Short Mountain, which was a challenge. I get down to Yellow Springs and you don't know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where this is. I get there and there's this woman in this car that looked like it had no real tires on it. And there's just a little
Oh,
tiny grade, just a tiny, tiny little grade. And she's stuck in it. I come up behind her, and of course, I can't go around her. It was snowing so hard that the snow was piled up on either side of my windshield wipers. And the windshield wiper
yeah.
came up and hit the left side of the windshield and snapped off and stuck there. It snapped off. Like the windshield wiper snapped off.
I probably shouldn't be laughing about this.
No, you shouldn't, but it was funny. It
I
snapped
didn't hear
off.
that one, man.
So,
Oh,
the
shit.
heater's running as hard as it could possibly run. It's melting, but it's melting and freezing. Windshield wiper is now in my front seat with me, not doing me a great deal of good on the windshield. And then this woman gets stuck in front of me. It's like, what the hell? What do I do now? So there was one of the state plow trucks came up behind me And bless his little heart, he put down some salt and stuff in front of this lady and got her going. But meanwhile, I still don't have a windshield and now or windshield wiper, and I don't know what to do. This person that was in the plow truck's like, here's a wire tie. Let's put your windshield wiper on with the wire tie.
You zip tied your. You zip tied your.
I zip tied my windshield wiper to my windshield wiper arm. It got me home. It got me home. So I pull into AutoZone where I knew the guy. His name was Tommy. I walk in and he goes, "What are you doing out on a crappy day like this?" And I said, "Well, here's what I need. I need new windshield wipers, Tommy." And he says, "Okay." And I said, "You're gonna need wire cutters for what?" I said, "Just bring them." Just bring them. And so he got the windshield wipers and a pair of wire cutters, and he came out and he goes, "Oh." I said, "Yeah. You know what? I still have wire ties in my car in the center console just in case. What happens?"
Do you really?
Yeah, I do. It worked
And
really,
those things
really
are
well.
great. Multitudes. Yeah, those zip ties are great.
They are.
You know?
Yeah.
I got to tell you, yeah, we use those all the time on the road. They're great. You can't.
Oh, sure.
Actually, you know what I just bought? I just got these huge zip ties. They're like, well, you can't see because the screens. They've got to be 2.5 feet. Okay?
Wow.
And what they do is they go through the tire. You go through the tire and out the, and you zip tie it. And they are, because, you know, if you've ever been out west, they measure snow out there all the time in feet. This is an anomaly here. You know, everything's in inches here. Out there, it's in feet. So when you go out west, you have to have chains. And if you've ever chained up a vehicle, I got to tell you, like, of many things in life, that is at the top of the list that absolutely blows.
It's
having to chain up your vehicle to get up a mountain. Okay, so I'm like, you know, I have the metal chains for the big van, but for the little ones, they're just little things. But again, they're still really hard to do. So I see these plastic zip ties that they're putting out now, and I'm thinking, damn, those look pretty awesome. Let me just go ahead and grab a couple of those. I haven't tried it yet. I need to actually go out during this storm and try them out and see if they work. Because you can't. I guess on the East Coast, nobody chains up around here. You know,
the big trucks. The big trucks do.
It used to be the studded snow tires in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But you know, I left when I left Pennsylvania and I went down to Florida and I was like, you know, I need some summer tires. And the guy just looked at me. He's like, "They're cold all season," and I'm like, I kind of felt like a complete dumbass at that point. But out west, you know, you put your studded snow tires on in the winter, and you take them off by a certain time. You have to have them off.
April
but anyhow,
15th.
You learn to carry these. But yeah, well, they have these great big zip ties now for these vehicles, and I'm thinking I have to give them a go.
That's cool.
Anyhow, yeah,
That'd be
I'm
interesting. Let me know if they
a
work.
easier maybe to put on.
Let me know if they work.
Yeah, I will, because they're a whole lot easier than the big chains that you got to wrap around the tires. And the last time we did one of those, we put.
Go ahead. I was just going to say.
Well, we had. Nope. we did a chain up one time coming down out of the Donner Pass. And we stopped at the bottom. We were heading towards Nevada. And when you take the chains off, anybody that's taking chains off knows, you listen for that ultimate when they hit the ground. You can hear them hit the ground. So you know that they're off the tire. And then you pull forward and you pick them up. Okay. So I'm out in the snow, in the blizzard. And the first one I hear it hit the ground. The second one, I undo it. And before I could hear it hit the ground, Jill moved forward.
Oh.
Guess where that chain ended up?
Well, either in your tire or wrapped around the axle.
It went around the axle.
Yeah.
It went around the axle. I spent 2.5 hours getting that bitch off the axle.
You did.
I finally had to look at Jill and say, "Would you please just back up?" when she backed up, it unwound off the axle.
Oh,
And
good.
there's a screw right up underneath. Yeah, right up on the axle where everything attaches. There's a screw that sticks up, and one of the links had hooked up on that, and then wrapped the axle. But
Oh,
2.5 hours, I'm laying on the ground in a
uh,
blizzard, and it's blowing like 40, 50 miles an hour. Cars are screaming by my legs as I'm laying under the axle,
oh my
and I'm
God.
thinking, I really, I really hate winter. So anyhow, that's my tragic event for winter. No, I don't do the Donner Pass in the winter anymore.
Yeah, good
It's
call.
not
Good call.
recommended.
Yeah. Well, what I was going to say
Yeah,
was, although you blame me for pulling this storm in, I just need you to know that
yeah.
it hasn't snowed here for so long because about 6 years ago I bought a 4-wheel drive. That's why it hasn't snowed.
Oh,
So
oh.
yeah, just so you know, haven't used it. 6 years. Bought a 4-wheel
Are you
drive.
serious?
Yeah, I'm totally serious.
Oh.
So maybe I get to go drive my truck. It'll be fun. Yeah, take
Do you
that.
have a place that you can go do it without like wrapping it around a
I
pole?
don't know. I'll find a place. It'll be all right. Maybe I'll go out to you know, Blue Diamond. It'll be a good time.
There you go.
What happened
There
to
you go.
Pam? She got stuck in the woods. We haven't seen her since. I think the coyotes got her. She said she's going to take the truck out.
Well, listen, I'm really, really hoping. I want to thank every responder out there and every essential worker that needs to go out in this storm. Please be safe. If you don't need to be out in it, don't be out in it, because what you're doing is you're putting somebody else's life in jeopardy.
Yep.
So, my son is a first responder, and when I hear somebody doing a jackass move, and then I hear that he's got to go out to rescue somebody,
Yeah.
I know as a mother, yeah, I want to go personally find that person and take care of business with him, but, he's a big boy, I guess.
And he's trained. He's a trained
But,
professional.
huh?
He's a trained
He is. He
professional.
is. I know. But, you still worry about your kids, even though they're grown men,
Oh, yeah.
grown women, and they
Every
choose
day.
to do this, but it's still every mother's nightmare.
Yes, it is. So
So, thank you for every responder out there.
and I agree. Thank you for all the people that are out there and are going to be out there risking their lives, because this is hazardous stuff that you guys do. And there is inherent hazards in all of those jobs. And for that, we really appreciate it. And I hope that everyone listening to this understands and appreciates the job that these people are trying to do. So give them a break. Help them out. Don't get mad when they plow your driveway shut 6 times during the hour. I don't know. Just saying.
Just think of the exercise you get shoveling your driveway out.
My
Hey,
suggestion
did you
is
see
to
with the
just
guy with the flamethrower?
no, but
Did you
that
see
would
the
be
guy with the
awesome.
flame?
That'd be awesome.
I have one of those. No, I
That's a
have
good
one
idea.
of those. Guess what I'm going to try?
I
Yeah,
think
I'm
you
going to give
should.
that a go, I
Don't
think.
set your house on
Yeah.
fire. Don't set your car on
Oh,
fire.
yeah, I'm not going to. No, I'm not going to use it on my porch. I'm going to use it out in my driveway.
Good call. Good call.
Yeah.
My next door, well, Mark, who was on our show there a couple weeks ago, Mark has a big old backpack leaf blower, like,
Oh,
and he's puts the headphones on.
how's that again?
It's loud. It really is. But he takes that leaf blower and he hasn't shoveled in a long time. He just blows that shit off of his sidewalk. And then he comes over and blows it off of my
Nice.
sidewalk. It's like, yes. Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So if you have a leaf
Sweet.
blower, it's not only for leaves. Use it for your snow. See,
There
it's
you
more than just a pretty face right here, baby. That's right. All right. I think we've had enough of this nonsense for one night. So, guys, if you've made it the whole way through to the end of this awesome show, Please leave a like. Please follow us. Please subscribe if you're looking at us on YouTube. We really appreciate it. And that's what helps keep going. I know that everyone on YouTube says, please subscribe, but it's a true story. If you don't subscribe, we can't move forward. And so that's what helps us to keeping doing this. So, and check out our new store, Too Stubborn to Quit. That's a number 2, stubborn, number 2, quit.printify.me. And you can get a really cool coffee mug, etc. So check us out. And again, thank you for tuning in this week, and hope to see you soon. Next Friday. Right? Right.
Thank you.
Hey,
Be
guys.
safe.
Take care.
We're out.
Be safe out there. Bye.